Hi boys and girls, welcome to your video on writing inequalities. Just make sure you have your graphic organizer off to the side because I will be referencing it during the video. Okay, so let's use a real world example to explain writing inequalities. So it's known that anyone 16 or older in the United States can drive a car. So that means on a number line, if you're 16 years old, well, you have to get your permit as well. But technically, if you're 16 years old or older, you are able to get a license to drive a car. So you can be 16, 17, 18, 19, so on and so forth. So on a number line, I would use a closed dot because you can be 16, and I'm going to graph in the greater than direction. This can be written as an inequality by using a variable. In this case, I'm going to use x, and we're going to focus on the number 16. Because the number line shades in the positive direction, I'm going to use the greater than symbol. So what this is saying is anyone greater than or equal to 16 years old can drive, or at least take a test to drive a car. Let's look at another example. You want to spend up to $500 on a plane ticket to come visit me on a island somewhere far away from here. So you can spend $500, but you don't want to spend any more than that. So maybe you'll spend $400, or if you find some really good deals, you can spend $300. But you don't want to spend any more than $500. So you'll spend $500, but ideally you want to spend less than that. So again, to write this as an inequality, I'm going to use a variable x. You could also use P for plane ticket or T for ticket, is less than or equal to 500. It's less than because I want to spend up to $500, and it's or equal to because $500 can be a solution. So this is kind of a step-by-step version. So the first thing you want to do is use a variable, and we're going to use x. Write the number that's on the dot. So 2 is our focus number. And the graph is being shaded in the greater than direction. So x is greater than, and because it's a closed dot, or equal to 2. Let's look at this example here. We're going to use a variable x. The number that we're focused on is 8. In this case, the graph shades in the less than direction. So x has to be less than 8. It cannot include 8 because you have an open dot. Okay, let's refer to your graphic organizer, and we're going to draw some inequalities on the number line. On the first example, I want you to draw an open dot at gray, and we're going to shade in this direction here. So the first thing is write your variable, and you're going to write down the number where the dot is located. Any graph that shades in the less than direction, you'll use the less than symbol. Because it's an open dot, it's just less than. It cannot be equal to. In the next graph, let's put an open dot at -2, and we're going to shade in this direction. Again, let's use our variable x, and we're focused on -2. All of these numbers are solutions, so x is greater than -2. And because it's an open dot, it cannot be equal to. I want you to put a closed dot on 1. We're going to shade in this direction. So we're going to use our variable x, and our number is 1. Now all the numbers that are shaded are in the negative direction, so we're going to use less than or equal to because it's a closed dot. In this example here, let's put a closed dot at 0, and we're going to shade in this direction. So let's use x, and our focus number is 0. And because all of these numbers shade in the positive direction, x is greater than or equal to 0. Okay, this concludes your video on writing inequalities. As a reminder, if it's an open dot, it cannot be equal to. And if it's a closed dot, make sure you include the line underneath your inequality to show that it includes the number that the dot is located on. All right, if you have any other questions, we will discuss this further in class tomorrow. Have a good night.